Dum 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 dun dun. Welcome back to the Professor's Mobile Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round three of our first special Sun and Moon base set and on format tournament that happened at Die Hard Games on June 13th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. Our second special Sun and Moon base set and on format tournament will be Thursday, September 19th at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games. Go see more info in this video's description and check out Pokemon's event locator for Premiere and other events at the shop, such as League Challenges, League Cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this super long game. On the left, Lightning on the right, Mew VMAX. Our Lightning player goes first, Vikavolt V in the active spot, attach an energy to that Vikavolt V, and then pass. Okay, this isn't the worst thing in the world because Mew VMAX needs a turn to evolve, so there won't be a KO this turn as our Mew VMAX starts their first turn. Mew V in the active spot. Genesect V hits the bench, and that infamous Battle VIP pass has returned here in our Sun and Moon on format. Battle VIP Pass is a item card that you can only play on your first turn, but when you do, you search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon to add to the bench. It looks like another Genesect V as well as another Mew V will be found off of that Battle VIP Pass. That's all the dudes. That's what you need on your board right now. At least a couple Mew V, a couple Genesect V, maybe a third Genesect V would be really good. A third Mew potentially, but looking good so far for our Mew player. A lot better than the attach and pass our Lightning player had. But our Mew player is going to take a little bit of time here on their first deck search to see what's in deck, maybe kind of get a feel for what's in the prize cards to better inform their next decision here as they are shuffling things up. I imagine this is a double colorless energy build of Mew, as in the Sun and Moon and on format, our players do have access to the double colorless energy. Just provides straight up 2 energy and no reduction to attack like the double turbo energy in our current standard format. So that is a card for sure that this Mew VMAX and of course other decks can take advantage of. As our player completes their shuffle, takes a look at their hand and tries to decide if there's anything else they would like to play from it for this turn. Like I said, they could be eyeing up an attachment. I imagine the Cramomatic is played in this deck still. That could help find the double turbo or double colorless energy. But actually going to go for a Judge now. That supporter card has both players shuffle their hands into their deck, and then they each draw 4 cards from the top of that shuffled deck. Judge, the Great Equalizer. Of course, the Mew VMAX deck does not mind going, quote, down to 4 cards because they could just top back up with that Fusion Strike system on that Genesect V. Genesect V has that ability that allows it to draw up to how many Fusion Strike Pokemon are in play into hand. So with 4 in play currently now, we got 5. Forest Seal Stone gets attached to the bench Genesect V. Double colorless energy attached to a Mew V on the bench, and now Fusion Strike System drawing up to 5 cards in hand since there's 5 Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. And our Mew VMAX deck here is off to the races with a second Battle VIP pass on their first turn. These are what people like to call just Mew things, as we find that very talented breakdancing Genesect V to add to the bench now. And pretty much a perfect bench, perfect turn 1 for our Mew VMAX player here. I know you guys have been missing Mew VMAX from the standard format, so Sun and Moon On is definitely a way to breathe some new life into it and see it how you never saw before, as their second Fusion Strike system now draws up to 6 cards in hand since there are 6 Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. And I don't think there's really anything else that needs to be developed here on our Muse side as things are passed back over to our Lightning player who desperately needs to put a basic Pokemon on their bench. Instead, they attach a basic Lightning energy to the active Vikavolt V and attack for the turn, ending their turn with that paralyzing bolt 50 damage. And during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. So no Ultra Ball to find a Mew VMAX, but there is a Mew VMAX, double Mew VMAX in hand. They both evolve on the bench. Another double colorless energy gets attached to the other Mew VMAX on the bench. Mew V in the active spot, free retreats, and I think we are doing 210 damage, right? Yep. So Mew VMAX has the Cross Fusion Strike attack for a two colorless energy. Choose one of your bench Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. Mew VMAX mostly copies the Genesect V's Techno Blast, 210 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can attack. No damage reduction because that's a double colorless energy on there, not a double turbo energy. So Mew VMAX is doing 210 damage. Let's see how much HP Vikavolt V has. Oh, 210. Knockout and the game, right? Now here we just see our Lightning players drawing a few more cards, seeing how far away from being in the game they were, as our Mew VMAX player takes a quick round 3 in this one. But there's so much time left in this video here. I wonder if our players gave us some more Mew V Lightning action. It looks like they are keeping up with the spirit of the game, having fun here at our special Pokemon League, and just playing some more games of Pokemon. What more could we ask for? So this is our bonus extended free play game. Looks like it's going to be the same matchup here, of course, Lightning versus Mew VMAX. Mew VMAX got at least one mulligan, it seems, at least two mulligans now, just what our Lightning player needs. They're going to keep track with the die there now. We'll skip ahead here to see. All right, they found their basic on the right side. Our Lightning player takes the two mulligans, drawing two cards from the top before they start the game. And let's hope that they have more basic Pokemon in play as we see a Pikachu and Zekrom GX in the active spot, this time on the Lightning side, and they are going first. Benching that Regieleki V, they're not going to get donked here. Attach an energy to the active Pikachu and Zekrom. And then they cannot play a supporter since they're going first on their first turn. No supporters, that's just the rules, guys. Escape Rope is played now, just as an effective switch here since the opponent doesn't have any Pokemon on their bench. Debating on playing this other card here as a Electric Generator. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you may attach up to 2 basic Lightning Energy to your Lightning Pokemon on your bench in any way you like. Double Lightning Energy found off of this not manufactured defect Electric Generator, and both of those energy, of course, get attached to the bench. Pikachu and Zekrom GX fully powering up its Flare Blitz attack now for when it can attack next. Oh, it was going to attack this turn if they could have, as an Air Balloon gets attached to the active Regieleki V. I might have liked to see that Air Balloon be held at least until next turn if our player's not going to retreat here. It's okay to get it out of the hand and onto the board, but they also have that VMAX in hand, and that VMAX has free retreat. So this attachment of the tool can be punished by tool removal cards or tool disabling cards, but you're also forcing your opponent to have it. So we'll just move forward with our, oh my gosh, Mew VMAX player's first turn. And they hit, of course, the double Battle VIP pass on their turn 1. So they can search their deck for up to 4 basic Pokemon to add to the bench. Remember, you can only play Battle VIP pass on the first turn. So double, or let's just say this, 2 more Genesect V and double Mew V will be found off of the double Battle VIP pass here. And once again, looking very good for our Mew VMAX player. They probably would prefer to have a Mew V in the active spot, but I'm sure there's ways to move Pokemon around here. Find exactly what you need in our Sun and Moon On format. Double Forest Seal Stone hitting the bench here on each of the Genesect. And we're debating a Cram-O-Matic. Yeah, double colorless energy might be the only thing to hunt for here, but you also don't need it this turn. Um, and you also have the double Forest Seal Stone down. So we're just going to Fusion Strike system, drawing up to 5 cards in hand since there's 5 fusion Pokemon in play, and we're going to go for that Cram-O-Matic. Discard an item card, flip a coin. If tails, nothing. The head, search your deck for any card. Second Fusion Strike system here, drawing up to 5 cards in hand since there's 5 Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. That Quick Ball was found here. Quick Ball has you discard a card in order to search your deck for a basic Pokemon. And that's all you need, let's say, on this first turn is get your basics down. As Quick Ball finds a third Mew V to add to the bench here. Don't really need to switch a Mew V into the active spot this turn if you don't need to. Either way, things are looking very good for our Mew VMAX player again. But let's just say there's a completely different story on our Lightning player's side for this fun game. And yes, I just realized you do need your V-Star and GX markers here in Sun and Moon On format. As our Mew player plays a Judge next as a supporter for turn. Remember that one has you shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw cards, or 4 cards from the top. Each player draws 4 cards from the top. The Great Equalizer. And we do find that double colorless energy to attach to the bench Mew V. And now Fusion Strike system for up to 6 cards this time, as there's 6 fusion Pokemon in play. Field Blower, there we go, punishing that attachment of the air balloon. Field Blower, Field Blower is an item that says you can discard up to 2, or excuse me, a stadium, any combination of 2 stadium and tool cards in play. So bye-bye to that air balloon there as play resumes over on the Lightning side. And what can they do to respond to this setup? Evolve into Regieleki VMAX in the active spot and play that Electro Power. Electro Power is an item card that will add 30 damage to Lightning Pokemon's attack, similar to Power Tablet in the Mew VMAX deck. And then also a Stadium is put into play. The name is escaping me right now, but that Stadium allows the player to search their deck for a basic Lightning or Dragon-type Pokemon to add to the bench. So that Miraidon EX will be found, and it's going to use its Tandem Unit ability to search the deck for up to 2 basic Lightning Pokemon to add to the bench. That Tapu Koko Prism seems to be one of the targets here. It can accelerate energy into play with its Dance of the Ancients ability. What is that stadium called? I know it's not Thunder Mountain. And Boltund V will be the second basic Lightning Pokemon to be found off of this Tandem unit. I imagine we'll see the Stormy Mountains. Is that it? The stadium name? Yeah, Stormy Mountains. Apologies for that brain fart there. As our Lightning player continues their turn, attaching a basic Lightning to that Boltund V, and followed up with an Iono. That supporter has both players shuffle their hand, put it to the bottom of their deck, and then draw cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards. Both players will get 6 cards here. And let's see, not really too much more our lightning player can play from their hand at least this turn. So it may be just a attack, retreat and attack. The Regieleki VMAX, of course, has free retreat, and it also has the resistor transistor ability. Basic lightning Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So we've got the plus 30 from the Electro Power, plus 30 from Transistor. Pikachu and Zekrom GX's attack is Full Blitz for 3 lightning energy, 150 base damage. Then search your deck for up to 3 basic lightning energy and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. So with the damage buffs, it's doing 210 damage, taking the KO on the opposing Genesect V and accelerating some energy from the deck. Mew V will slide into the active spot, evolve into a Mew VMAX as play resumes over on its side. It's ready to start swinging now. So first a Cramomatic will be played, discarding an item, flipping that coin, and flipping heads here. So our Mew VMAX player with the Cramomatic can search their deck for any card, any combination they need in order to get the knockout here. And I think it's just a power tablet is all that's needed. They find Mew V off of the Cramomatic and put it onto the bench. The player does still have access to the Forest Seal Stone. That tool gives the Pokemon V it's attached to the V-Star Power ability Star Alchemy to search their deck for a card. Ooh, the Choice Band comes down. There we go. There's the modifier. We need plus 30 damage to GX Pokemon, I believe. And next is a Fusion Strike system, drawing up to 6 cards in hand. The knockout is on board. That Pikachu and Zekrom GX has only 240 HP, and it is worth 3 prize cards. As another Double Turbo Energy gets attached to the bench here. Just once this turn, of course, with a Choice Band getting attached to that Mew V. Next Fusion Strike system, drawing up to 6 cards. Another Mew VMAX is found and evolved on the bench. Our players consulting their hand in their discard pile, seeing if there's any more plays needed before attacking here, and I believe they've got the knockout already on board. Remember, Mew VMAX has that attack that copies bench Fusion Strike Pokemon attacks, but not before an Iono is played of their own. Each player shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of the deck, and then draw cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards, disrupting our Lightning player's hand a bit here. A third Mew VMAX found and evolving on the bench here. Mew VMAX worth 3 prize cards when KO'd. Pikachu and Zekrom worth 3 prize cards when they're KO'd. We're bringing out the big guns in our Sun and Moon On format. Quick Ball will be played now, discarding a card to search the deck for a basic Pokemon. Our player's just thinning their hand down in this case here. Or thinning the deck out, I should say, of cards they don't need. And then they're going to go for that Star Alchemy now, flipping that V-Star marker, using that Forest Seal Stone to search their deck for any card. I can't think of what else they would have needed, but there we go. Counter Stadium. Oh my gosh. The Path to the Peak, shutting off those Rulebox Pokemon abilities now. Mew VMAX takes the KO on the opposing tag team Pokemon for 3 prize cards here. Double Mew VMAX established, so the attack loop is online as our Lightning player tries to decide what's the best Pokemon to put up, the free retreater in the active spot, and play resumes over on their side with the Hisuian Heavy Ball. Look at your prize cards, and you may swap the Heavy Ball with a basic Pokemon you find there. Shuffle them up and lay them back down. And we see that Dedenne GX now liberated from those prize cards. Great support Pokemon with the Dede Change ability. You can only use one Dede Change per turn, but when you do put the Dede on the bench, you can discard your hand and draw 6 cards. Not quite sure what the interaction was there. I think our player's just confirming what was done, making sure the heavy ball was going there. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. The Dene GX then goes to the hand. We've got Guzma, so we've got a KO. Guzma's a supporter version of Prime Catcher, but you could play 4 of them. Another basic lightning energy debating on being attached here. Bolton V has the Bolt Storm attack. This attack does 30 more damage for each lightning energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So we're debating who will be the best attacker here, as our player plays a Guzma to bring up a Genesect V from the bench, and then the Guzma player switches a new Pokemon into their active spot. That Miraidon zipping to the active spot potentially here. So you can see our player agonizing over this decision, trying to figure who would be the best attacker in this case, and they finally decide on that Miraidon fully powered up. Its Photon Blaster can do 220 damage, but not before another electric generator to look at the top 5 and find 0 lightning energy there to attach to the bench. So sad. It happens, but so sad every time. At least our lightning player has the knockout set up for them here. They're debating on manually attaching that lightning energy again. I think you do just put it on the Bolton, unless you had another attacker in mind. And now Miraidon knocks out that opposing Genesect with its Photon Blaster. Cannot use this attack the next turn. Mew VMAX floats into the active spot on its side and play resumes there. So there's currently not a knockout on board for the Mew yet, as they attach another double turbo or double colorless energy to the third Mew EX on their side. Next, Ultra Ball is being played to discard 2 cards to search the deck for a Pokemon. A replacement Genesect V could be good. There we go. So now we got the full 6 fusion Pokemon in play. So Mew VMAX can copy Genesect V's attack for 210 damage. Miraidon has 220 HP, so we just need 1 damage modifier. Of course, the choice band does not work here, as that only does extra damage to opposing Pokemon GX. I think it's not the lowercase EX that we've got going on. Lots to keep track here, but definitely a great and rewarding brain exercise here, as our game is going to end early before we saw the conclusion of it. I imagine the Mew VMAX can get there. Yeah, they hit that field blower there to discard their own Path to the Peak, so that way their Genesect V's abilities are back online to draw more cards to hopefully find that modifier to take the KO here. The rest is just up to our imagination, but at least we got some more Sun and Moon on format action going for you guys. Congrats to our League Challenge Tournament champ and to you all for playing some Pokemon. Thank you. What do you think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.